Let's make some fun Christmas DIYs from Amazon products. Hey everyone, it's Christina from the DIYmummy.com. I went and grabbed some inexpensive supplies from Amazon and created some really simple but whimsical Christmas DIYs, like this ugly Christmas sweater, which I actually think is kind of cute. These are all super simple and quick to make. And after you watch this video, please let me know which one of these is your favorite and which one you're going to try to make. Let's get started. Let's start by using these natural colored bottle brush trees from Amazon. I'll make sure to link all of the products I'm using from Amazon down in the description box below. Also grab these wooden beads and some fabric dyes. I grabbed 3 different colors of dye. Next, find some little pails. I found these plastic ones in the paint section at Walmart and fill them up with hot water. Then you're just going to follow the directions on the bottles or the packages of your dye and mix all of the dye accordingly. I decided to go for a teal, a pink, and a red to match my Christmas colors that I'm using this year. Just those happy colors that I love to combine. Next, place the bottle brush trees inside of the dye. You can use tongs or carefully use your hands like I'm doing here. If you can't find the natural colored bottle brush trees, you can bleach the green ones as well. Just mix about half water and half bleach together in a container. Make sure you're following all of the safety directions on the bleach bottle and just let your tree sit in there for a little bit. After your trees are in the dye, just mix them in there and let them sit for a little while. You can let them sit according to the time on the bottle or the package of dye. I did that and they were a little bit too dark for my liking. I wanted something a little more pastel. So just don't put them in quite as long as the package suggests if you want more of a pastel look, or I'll show you a solution for that when I'm finished. After your trees have sat in the dye, you can put them in a colander like I'm doing here, and that'll just kind of drip the excess dye out. I also did reserve some of the trees. I wanted to keep them that natural color, so I had a nice mix of colored trees and natural bottle brush trees. Now you can rinse the trees with some hot water. And then just let them dry. I put them in a little plastic container on some paper towel. Now here's how I made mine a little bit lighter because as I mentioned, they were a little bit too dark for my taste. I mixed some bleach and water together in a plastic container and I set some of my trees in there. I wanted to lighten up the pink ones, which are honestly kind of hard to find in the red. They almost look the same, which is definitely why I wanted to lighten them up. And then I also wanted to lighten up some of the green ones to make more of a mint color rather than that dark green. You can let your bottle brush trees sit in the bleach solution for as long as you want to achieve the color that you like. So this is definitely a good solution if you over dye your trees a little bit. I was actually quite surprised at how well these trees took the dye. They worked a lot better than I thought. Now you can use the trees as is, or you can add this little boho accent like I'm doing here. So take some of those wooden beads from Amazon, add a little bit of glue to them, and put them inside the bottle brush trees. I'm adding them to about half of my trees and leaving half plain. You can add a larger size of bead in there and then a smaller size and kind of mix up the sizes of beads to give your tree a nice textured look. I really liked the contrast of the natural wood beads with the colorful trees. You could also add little faux pearl beads or colored beads. There's a ton of options here to create a really adorable custom bottle brush tree look. Once these are all done, you could display them on your mantle, on your shelf, with your Christmas village. I can't wait to use these in my Christmas decor this year. They're just so happy looking. Now let's take these natural wood slices. Again, they're from Amazon. I bought a couple of boxes of these last year. and I wanted to try making some more crafts with them this year. I'm using this wreath form. This one's actually from Dollar Tree, but you can find these on Amazon as well. Then just put some hot glue on the middle rung of that wreath form and press those wooden slices on top. I did try to slightly overlap the wood slices, however I didn't like that look, so placing them side by side seemed to work better for me, but you can definitely experiment with how these go on your wreath form. Once your wreath is almost full and you have a couple inches in the bottom, you can take this faux eucalyptus branch, also from Amazon, and just cut it into little sections. Place this where you want it on the bottom of the wreath, and you can cut off some extra little leaves like this as well. And then just take your hot glue, dab it on the back of the eucalyptus pieces, and put that in place on top of the wood slices. Now I'm using this ribbon. I bought this, you might remember, for my Christmas tree in my studio this year. I love this red and turquoise combo so much. It's so happy and pretty. I'll definitely link this one below, and it comes in this huge 50-yard roll, which is so fantastic. You could use this to make bows for your whole house. So I'm cutting 4 pieces that are about 12 to 15 inches long. You can decide on the length of your ribbon depending on how big your wreath is. And then you just fold them in a loop like this and apply some hot glue to the ends and just kind of glue them together in loops. You're going to make 3 loops and then leave that 4th piece as is. Then just flip them around like this. Then I'm kind of bending these ones, so I have one that bends in a V up, one that bends in a V down, and one that just is straight. And then I'm taking that final piece, and then you can just kind of make a V shape out of it and layer those 3 loops on top just like this. Take a pipe cleaner, this one is from Dollar Tree, and just twist it around the center to secure everything. And you can leave a little tail too so that it can attach to your wreath. This is my favorite way to make a bow lately. You might remember this from my last Dollar Tree DIY Christmas video. Cut a little piece of ribbon that's 2 inches long or so, fold it in half vertically, and then you can just glue that around the center of the ribbon to hide that pipe cleaner in the middle. Now you can attach that bow to the bottom of your wood slice wreath just by twisting the pipe cleaners around the bottom of the wreath, and that's going to cover up that space there too. And now you can just fluff that bow up. I just fluff the loops up just like this. I also like to cut the bottoms of my bow in a V. You can just fold it in half vertically and cut a diagonal line with scissors to create that nice notched look. Finally, finish hiding all of those holes with the remainder of the eucalyptus leaves. I love how this wreath turned out. It's super quirky and unique, something that I've never really seen before, and I think it looks really cute in my studio just beside my window here. This would also be fun on a larger scale too for a front door or over a mantle. Now let's take some felt, and this free pattern, I will link it in the description box below. This little tree pattern, I have it on my blog, thediyymommy.com. Fold your felt in half or just leave it one layer at a time depending on the scissors you have, and cut out these tree shapes. You're going to need 6 of these tree shapes for this little craft that we're making. You can find felt on Amazon, or you can find it usually at Dollar Tree or Dollarama, the dollar store here in Canada as well. Once you have your 6 tree shapes, you're going to cut them in half vertically just like I'm doing here. Now this DIY I did last year as part of a little workshop here locally, and I got this craft idea from littlehouseof4.com. I'll make sure to link her original tutorial down in the description box below. I grabbed some of these willow branches from my forest in our backyard, and I cut some various sizes. So this one here is 8 inches long. If you don't have branches in your backyard, I'm going to leave a link in the description box below for an alternative, or you can buy dowels on Amazon or Dollar Tree. Now apply a strip of hot glue along the top of your little stick, and then just gently apply your half tree shapes on that. Make sure to leave about ½ inch of that felt tree piece on top of the stick so that you can pinch it together later to create a more finished look. I'm putting these quite close together so that you can't really see the stick in the middle once our little tree decor is all finished. When you're finished adding all of the tree pieces, add a little dab of glue on the top peak and then just pinch all the pieces together to create a nice point on top. Now use one of those Amazon wood slices again, place a really generous dab of glue in the middle of it, and then push your stick from your tree down into it. You're going to want to hold it there for a little while to make sure it's nice and stable. You can make these in a variety of different colors. I chose to use white and a couple different colors of green, but they would also look so cute in pastel colors. Optionally, you can finish it off with some twine and just tie a little bow at the bottom of the tree base, or you could add some thin ribbon here as well. These would be cute on a mantle or tabletop decor. Also would be really cute as a table centerpiece. Now finally, let's make a ugly sweater for maybe your next Zoom party for Christmas. I grabbed this really nice white shirt from Amazon. Make sure to place a piece of paper or plastic inside this shirt before you go ahead with this DIY. I found these pom-poms at Dollarama, the dollar store here in Canada, but I'll link some from Amazon down below as well. And I just chose my favorite colors again for this year: turquoise, red, pink, and I added a little bit of white and gray. I'm using these Gorilla Hot Glue Sticks. These are my favorite for fabrics or any types of DIYs where you're going to have to wash that DIY or where you really need that extra adhesion. Now place all of your pom-poms on the front of your shirt where you want them and then glue them in place. Ladies, just make sure that you try the shirt on first and don't put any pom-poms in the middle of your chest, if you know what I'm saying. And then once you finish gluing them all on, that's it. You have an ugly sweater that you can have fun wearing for your Christmas events this year, whether they're virtual or in person. Thank you so much for watching this video today. I hope you enjoyed these Amazon Christmas DIYs. Let me know down in those comments below which of these was your favorite. I'd love to know. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more DIY and decor ideas on a budget. I'm gonna leave some more videos that I hope you will love and watch next right up here.